Здравствуйте, товарищи, and welcome back to another episode of our Workers and Resources Soviet Republic Let's Play. That's right, it's Soviet Sunday, and from up on high, you can barely see our city, just gaps through the clouds, allowing us to peek at the beautiful nation below. We have grown so far and wide that we can't even get a good camera angle anymore. It's very cool to see how our expansion has... It's been relatively rapid, I would say. We are going, pretty far south, actually, and today's session is almost entirely going to focus on this expansion that's been going on that we've been planning. As always, folks, just want to mention, if you've been enjoying this series and you'd like to see it continue, please don't hesitate to let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. It really helps me make important decisions for the channel, like what I should do more or less of. Man, it is really wild, though, just looking at the city from up on high. Look at that. Look at the size of this. I keep saying city. Look at the size of this, nation, right? It is a city with a rural area in between, and then another city being prepared down south over here. Anyway, let's get to it. Now, folks, I've read some of your I've read all your comments, and I've read many of you who have said that maybe this tram road should, maybe this trolleybus road, rather than being a trolleybus road, should be a tram track. Not a bad idea. However, I do want to experiment with the with the trolley buses and whatnot, and I think with using waypoints, we should be able to overcome any struggles. Again, it might be a mess, or it might work very nicely. We'll see, and it'll be a good experiment with the game's the game's AI and its pathfinding capabilities. Now, I realize, unfortunately, some of these things are being built, and I don't want that to happen, so let's go ahead and suspend the construction. I would rather not have a bunch of resources wasted. It's because these construction sites are scouting out where they can go and build, and I don't blame them for it, but I don't want them to do it right now. You're willing to go, pretty far. Okay, let's turn off auto search over here. Let's just turn off auto search, and some vehicles are without fuel. Why is that? Is there not a fueling spot right over here? Are you not with power? Yeah, you should be able to fuel up. I don't know what to do to give them fuel. Do I have to sell them and repurchase them? Or are we talking about the tower crane, which obviously doesn't have fuel? Tower cranes don't have fuel. You're almost empty. It's got to be like they're not able to get to the closest gas station, right? I'm gonna have to figure that out. We'll figure that out when the time comes, when this is trying to build something again, because evidently it was able to build or send some resources down south there, because I'm pretty sure I got these guys not searching far enough. Yeah, you're not searching far enough, and you are not searching far enough either. So it's got to be this construction office, right? Anyway, we'll deal with that when we get there. What else have we got going on? We've got our bridge still under construction. Now, it was pointed out that I keep stopping the construction vehicles from building that bridge. I don't keep stopping them. It's only when they are causing a jam over here that I kind of remove them and re-add them. It was also pointed out that it might be a good idea to stop sending workers to Vecherinkograd North and just send them to Trainreksky, or maybe even send them onwards to Farminsky. But as you can see, sometimes it's 30 workers, sometimes it's a lot more than 30 workers who don't get off at Trainreksky. Now, a way to solve that is to add more jobs here. I guess I could do that. I guess I could max these guys out and then avoid that leg of the trip, basically. Because the thing is, people don't get off the train unless there's somewhere for them to go. That's the thing. And I guess if I add more jobs to the south as well, that would help too. I think I have to add a theater onto this side, right? So I guess I could do that, and that way we can get rid of, this leg of the journey, and that would stop some of the jamming that's happening, because that's a big part of it. So fine, we'll let the trains go through one last time, and then we'll get rid of the Vecherinkograd North connection. Not connection, but look at that, 132 workers over here. That's a lot of workers who need somewhere to go, and only 5 people can work at a cinema. I need to find a lot more work for people to do. A lot more work for people to do up over here. Now, what can we do? A chemical plant? Sure, but we'd need... we have a lot of wood here. Gravel and oil we'd have to buy, and crops we'd have to get, but I guess I could get another chemical plant here. It's not a terrible idea. Unfortunately, if I were to get it over here... Yeah, I wouldn't be able to build another connection very easily. I could send chemicals directly into the fabric factory if I wanted to. I could do like... No, there's not enough room over here. There's just not enough room. I did not plan for that requirement. Did not plan for too many people coming over here to work. Again, the other option, of course, is that only so many people come up to Trainwreckski, and many other people get taken down across St. Partia to like Ruralinsky or something, or Zavodsk, right, to work down there. I really got to figure out where to send these people to work. I mean, the other option, of course, is, of course... I said, of course, twice there in quick succession, didn't I? Is to put the TV station down over here, or maybe even a stadium. So again, if we look at the mods, we do have an option to put down a stadium, which would be pretty cool to have. And a TV station could be, you know, elsewhere, like further up over here, or even up over here. I guess that would give people a reason to come up over here and work. That's something we can do. In terms of industry that exists, I mean, if we look at various industry options, I mean, another fabric and clothing factory, electronic components factory. We need steel and plastic. We're getting plastic and steel here, I guess. We could do an electrical components factory here. Actually, that might not be a bad idea. Let's see, how much plastic are we actually getting out of here? Not a lot, right? I don't think. I believe I'm exporting plastics. So if I stop that, yeah, we are exporting plastics. I don't think we'd ever produce enough chemicals to supply it to make plastics over here, though. To make enough plastics, I should say. Because this takes 1.5 tons of plastics, 1.5 tons of steel, and 1.2 tons of chemicals. Yeah, we're just not producing enough of this stuff in this area to justify the components factory. And again, if we put down another chemical factory, or what's it called? Chemical plant, I guess. Energy related. Where are you? Here? Yeah. No. Yes. Chemical plant. Yeah. Crops, oil, and gravel. Crops, oil, and gravel. We'd have to bring all of that in. We'd pay for the oil. We can drive in the crops, I guess, from this warehouse if we start supplying enough again. I mean, I suppose we could do that if we get it. Okay, so let's think about this. So a chemical plant provides us with 0.5 tons of chemicals per workday, and a plastics factory requires 10 tons. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. Maximum number of workers out of a chemical plant is 50. You have 2 outputs. Just trying to figure out if we wanted to put down a pair of chemical plants over here, leading into a plastic factory, so that, you know, we can at least start some production of plastics up here, and then we could get an electronic components factory as well. But it's for the people that are getting off at the train station. Like, do we make that expansion down over here? They wouldn't be able to reach from up over here, right? Yeah, we're already at about 300 meters, so that would be, like, over here. I don't know if I want to get rid of those trees. I guess I could. These guys are logging this area. So we could build another expansion over here. Wouldn't be the nicest spot to live, though, is the thing. Where else are these guys going? That's about 200 meters as well. You can get up to there, 181 meters. I wonder if they can cross the road over here. Like, if I were to put down... Let's do a little experiment here. If I were to put down a substation over here, what's the distance? 250, 300. Like, oh, yeah, I don't know if people will be able to reach there. I could do an experiment. I could put down a what's cheap? Like a bus platform? No, bus platform's not cheap. If I auto build, 24K. A bus stop has got to be cheap, right? 1,200. Yeah, that's pretty cheap. Okay, let's do a little experiment over here. If I were to put a bus stop down, say, over here. Right, I think that's a good estimated area. If I were to put a bus stop down over there, would people be able to reach from there to there? That's the question I'm trying to answer. So how would we answer that question? We'd go ahead, we'd auto build you. We've already got auto build on. Let's turn auto build off before I make a stupid mistake, because we know that's going to happen. Now let's go ahead and connect you. Like so. Again, we're just making a rough connection here. Let's hit play. I wanted to check. 3.7 million is where we're sitting at the start of the session, and unemployment is at 1,100. Again, it's because all those people who are just on the train doing nothing. Okay, so that's been auto-built. Can you reach? No. It's too far away. It's too far away. I'm not surprised. What about if we connect this? Still nothing. So yeah, we can't really expand up in that direction. Unfortunately. Go ahead and get rid of all this. I'm going to go ahead and use the cancel tool before we break our roads and have to cry about it. There we go. There we go. Okay. So that's not an option. We'd have to do the expansion down over here. Or maybe over here. I don't know. I guess I could send people from here to elsewhere with a bus. That's another option. Though I don't think they get off the train if a bus is what's going to be taking them from point A to point B. The other option is, of course, just to reduce the number of people we're bringing up over here because it's wasteful. That's the other option. I mean, I think we'll deal with that later, though. Let's go ahead and hit play, and let's let's allow the jamming to continue for a little bit. I'm curious to hear your thoughts, though, on how we should maybe do this. Like, the reason why I'm hesitant about putting the electronic components factory and stuff over here is because I want to try and separate factories from residential, right? I want to try and be cognizant of that, which is why I wouldn't mind putting it up over here. Now, another thing we can do is we can have trains stop over here and then send them further up to, like, a stop over here or something, right? Like, we can do that. Like, if they stop over here, then go around and up and keep going straight over here and have a stop over here. That's an option as well. It would start obstructing our cargo trains coming in from Farminsky, though, which is what I'm a little hesitant about. Other option is we could, separate, have a third track. It would cause the same problem. But if I can get the same train to come up north, then we would avoid the issues that we're facing right now. But yeah, it's like I can't just let 132 workers not go to work because of what? There's no good reason for that. This is one thing that bothers me about the train system still. It's like that train could easily have gone to the other side, or this train could have easily gone to the other side. Now it's all going to get backed up over here. You're going to come up this way, aren't you? Yeah. I guess I just have too many trains coming up over here. But at the same time, we have so much, like, production stuff up over here. It's a good spot for them to come to be, distributed among the various job sites. I can send people to a bus stop from a train station, sorry. So if I send people from here to a bus stop, right, I can force them to go to a bus stop, and then from that bus stop they get driven up to a bus stop over here. That is an option. Not a bad option either. So we might end up doing that for 100 and something workers and have an entire electrical components situation going on over here. More plastics factories and stuff up at Trainwreck. Maybe. Yeah, maybe we do that. Maybe we do that. Again, let me know your thoughts. I'm always curious to hear what other people are thinking, but let's talk about that later. I said today's largest focus is going to be our continued expansion to the south, and that was not a lie. It is going to be our continued expansion to the south. I just wanted to address some of the things I saw in the comments and some of the potential solutions. Man, even, oh, look at that. Like, you can tell what's more urbanized and what's more rural just by looking at, like, the lights. I don't know how clear it's showing up with YouTube's compression and stuff, and you can see the brownouts as well, which is not great. But we'll solve that soon enough when we get our own power plant running up over here by VRAW. That'll need its own name soon enough. But all right, let's pick up where we left off here, folks. So we've got our what does the game call it again? I keep forgetting the name for it. Trolley bus. I called it an autobus earlier because I read a mod name that had autobus in it. So yeah, our trolley bus depot is down over here, and we've got our power supply down over here, which will receive its power from the power plant, which will receive workers from, up over here. Now, I do have to be wary of the commute times. People are only willing to wait for a piece of transit for 1 hour, and they're only willing to transit for 5 hours before they get teleported back home. So I do have to be wary of that. I'm hoping that what we'll start with is some housing maybe closer to the power plant down over here, and people will be able to maybe just walk to work, honestly, to the power plant, and others will be able to walk down to the cableway station and then be taken over to the other side where all the coal power plants or the coal mines are waiting for them. That's what I'm hoping for starters, and that should allow us to separate our power supply down south over here. Now, something I might want to do, again, another suggestion from the comments, was that it might be a good idea actually to get a second power plant down here. That's not a bad idea. If we take a look at its consumption, 24 tons of coal turns into 1,400 megawatt hours of power. Thank you for informing me. I just didn't recognize what the MWH was, megawatt hours, which is a fair amount, but we are going to be running a lot of industry in this area as well. So like, I almost wonder, like I think that's a good suggestion. If we don't put down another power plant somewhere like right over here, let's say, and supply it with coal as well. We could also put it down like right over here. There's room for it. We don't need all this empty space, so that's not a bad idea. The only issue over here is the conveyor belt network might not work very nicely, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. For now, down south over here, we have one, two, three, four coal mines that have been scouted out, basically. They all had decent sources. We can't see the percentage quality-wise, but we saw when we were hovering over them that they were in the bright yellows and greens. So these are decent quality sources of coal. Now, the coal itself needs to be dropped off into an aggregate storage. I'm going to be using 2 aggregate storages because it's a good idea to have it there for, for backup. Like if suddenly workers stop arriving at the coal mine for some reason or another, we should have enough coal ore saved up that it's not going to cause us any issues. So if we take a look at aggregate storage, right, and I think we'll do large. I mean, small's not bad, but for just a little bit of a larger footprint, you get so much more storage. It just makes sense, right? So we've got 4 in and 4 out. Right, so what if we do 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And all those conveyor belts, they're not really pointing in the perfect directions, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Like we'd have to do, let's see. Like I almost wonder if I want to rotate some of these. Let's go ahead and get rid of those, and let's get our coal mine. Auto build is off. Glad I checked. Get you facing this way, right? And the conveyor belt will be able to go directly, like a bit more directly, I should say. We put you down over there, and we put you down over. Where'd you go? Where'd you go, buddy? I know you're here somewhere. I know you're here somewhere. All right, fine. I guess I'll have to. Oh, there we go. Boom. All right. So now we get our aggregate storage, our large aggregate storage over here facing this way, right? Because again, this is relatively barren land as far as resources are concerned. So get you over here, right? Flatten this out. We've got all the excavators and stuff we need to do the job. Don't have to worry about spending money anymore. Let's flatten that out. Let's go ahead and do. I think this is a reasonable spot for it. Or let's do this. Let's do that. Pop you down over here. Again, auto build is off. Just have to double check because I'm freaking out about that. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to plan out our conveyor belts. So this can't do a direct connection for sure, right? We got a hill. If we get a regular conveyor belt, one thing I can do is if we look at our mods again, right? We have a conveyor belt mod option that is a 3-into-1. And I've got some roadside ones as well. This is a new mod that allows you to connect roads and railroads without having to worry about conveyor belts. Which, honestly, godsend. Oh yeah, there's the conveyor road crossing as well. So you can have the road go underneath as the conveyor belt pushes stuff over. But this is... Oh yeah, it's got multiple ins over to multiple outs. Okay, cool. Good to see. And same thing for road and rail as well. Okay, oof. Good mods, great mods, great mods. But yeah, I was thinking maybe we do our roads first. Right, let's just do mud roads. Our tunnel will come through somewhere over here, I think, probably. So if we go ahead and build out from there, and I guess I should plan it, right? If our, did I call it a bridge again? I meant tunnel. Our tunnel comes out this way. Our tunnel comes out this way, right? Trying to plan exactly where I want it to cut through. Go over to here. You can kind of flip out over here, come down this way. We'll do something like this. Look at how much of a difference it makes. I don't want to be too high. I want it to come out flat. Something like that. Right? And let's go ahead and get a mud road connection for now. Right, so this would... Ideally, we'd cancel... Come on, game. You know exactly what I wanted. I want just this little piece over there, not the whole thing. A beautiful curve has been lost. It was such a beautiful curve. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? All right, so you're gonna come down this way, right? And then we can connect you across like so. Cool. And we're not commissioning this construction yet. All right, great. So mud road. Now the problem is going to be actually building all this stuff. The tunnel is one of the first things that'll need to be built unless I build a temporary road that goes around the mountain just for the construction down over here, which might not be a terrible idea. In fact, it might be a necessary idea. Let's go ahead and execute out of this tunnel first. Let's go ahead and figure out exactly how this is going to work, right? Go ahead and pull straight out. Are we able to? No, we'll have to flatten a little bit. Not the end of the world, I hope. Up to there, and then beyond. We should be able to connect over here. And I'm sure, yeah, exactly. Got to get a hard junction rather than a curved junction. We'll have to do that a couple of times, I imagine. And again, now we're entering the more industrial area. So now we're not necessarily looking for organic shapes. If we can do organic shapes, we will. But if a little bit of terraforming will help us out, this is where you blow the side of a mountain to get the roads to work, right? Like, this is where it happens. But again, still going to try and maintain a little bit of organicness to it, I suppose is the way to put it. I almost wonder if that tunnel shouldn't be more on this side. We'll see. We'll see where most of the work ends up being. Pull you up to there. Let's go ahead and pull you up this way. Sure, let's do that. And that. You should be able to connect. Yep, cleanly. You're able to connect cleanly. And we'll be able to get a connection down over here as well. So this is good. We're going to have... I guess I can't go underneath that unless I go up higher, right? Oh, no. That's funny. It's actually not even going to let me go underneath up there. Fair enough. We also have the footpath option. Now, I want to mention something really quickly. In the comments of the last episode, some of y'all mentioned, it's like, gee, great, a whole hour of just putting down roads. I mean, it's a city building game, right? And infrastructure is a core part of city building. So, I mean, I guess I kind of need to do it, right? Let me know if that's what you meant or if it was sarcasm, I guess. But yeah, it's a pretty important part, I think at least. And I don't want to edit it out, because if you edit out things like infrastructure from a city building game, then what do you even, like, what's the point, I guess? I don't know. Maybe I don't get it. So let me know. I'm always open to feedback. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm always open to feedback. I just wasn't sure, like, what to kind of do with that, I guess, because I think seeing how someone plans out their roads and stuff is an important part of the experience for a city builder. Anyway, enough talk of that. I want to get our footpaths going as well. Now, I don't want to send people on this, like, on a hike like this. I'm glad I went down to this angle to see it. That's a bit of a joke, but I wouldn't mind sending people down this way, right? Like, this is a bit more acceptable, I would say. But I wonder if we can't do something like that. Oh, come on. No, it's not gonna let me. Okay. Like that then. Fair enough. Again, footpaths can be used for construction vehicles as well. So, like, you'd be able to walk downhill, and I don't think that's too bad a walk. I mean, this may be a little bit. That's a straight up... Oh, God, people are gonna die on that. All right, I'll take it back. Let's go ahead and flip you back to there. Go ahead and average height a little bit. Need a free bull. Are you kidding me? What are you... What are you doing? Don't auto search. Cancel. No, no, no. Don't work on any of this stuff. Cancel all these assignments. Stop. Stop. Oh my god. Stop. Everything. Stop everything. Can't believe I didn't realize that was going to happen. Stop. Hold on. Can't. There we go. Done. Okay, cool. Oh my god. It's okay. Chances are those things are going to stay as they are, actually, because I think it's all working out pretty nicely. But I will, yeah. I mean, the tunnel, I almost am tempted to start the construction on. If I look at our roads... 21 tons of steel. It's the work days that has me intrigued. So you know what? Fine. Let's start the construction of planned infrastructure. If we need to add another tunnel, we can, right? There's nothing stopping us. We can add another one here. We can add another one there. Ultimately, this becomes a marginal distance for cars and stuff. So fine. You know, let's go ahead and start this construction because I think, to be fair, this is going to be an important one to get done sooner rather than later. And we're actually going to assign these guys to it. And the reason why I'm doing that is because they're closer to the resources. So, you know, in terms of distance traveled, doesn't really make that much of a difference because a vehicle from the construction office down over here has to come up to Zavodsk anyway. So this is actually a one-way trip rather than backtracking, coming in from our, Ruralinsky area. I'm going to do that. And also because then the bulldozers and excavators and all are able to help flatten terrain and things like that at Viro. Viro? That needs to be renamed. Actually, on the topic of renaming, while it's dark, I believe, well, it was a lot of name suggestions. There was a ton of name suggestions, and I'm actually having a hard time picking one. I'm having a very hard time picking one, actually. I'll be completely honest. Oh, wait, okay, the sun's up. Let's try not to waste any of our sunlight. Let's stay focused over here. Okay, so we've already wasted enough time with our 15 minutes spent on Trainwreck at the beginning. So I want to average out the terrain over here, right? Just a little bit. What do you, why are you doing this to me, game? Oh, I need bulldozers. Okay. Buy a new vehicle or mechanism using rubles. Bulldozers, sure. Go ahead and get 2 of you is fine, I think. I don't know how much of a difference it makes to speed, but that should, yeah, there we go. Okay. Go ahead and just smooth this out a little bit. I wonder if using a road might be a little bit faster. Nah, it's too steep to even start having that conversation. We can use the raised terrain because that actually uses the excavators. Dear Lord. Is that looking better? I mean, it's looking better, that's for sure. There we go. Okay, that's a lot more reasonable. There we go. So sure. Let's go ahead and get... I want to be able to see where I'm sending people. Okay. We're going to get a straight path down over here. Straight down like so. You would connect. You would connect. Nah, of course you're not going to connect like that. Fair enough. Let's go ahead and make this magic work. Oh, game. Why? Why do this to me? Let's just do it this way. There. Adds a couple of footsteps. I don't like that, but hopefully you're able to get down there. So people are able to walk up to this one without needing additional footpaths. I could cut the travel time short a little bit just by adding... you'll probably do like this kind of a thing, right? Bit of a up and down hill situation. This is wild. Wish I didn't care so much. Wish I didn't care so much. Oh, this is going to take forever to flatten, though. Alright. Well, on the bright side, I only care so much. Let's go. Now this way. There we go. There we go. Cool. So let's go ahead and connect down over here. So here, our road comes out this way, right? Steep of an incline. Go ahead and cancel the footpath over here. Because what we'll want to do is get this road coming across, I think. However we can. Gotta do a little bit of flattening, of course. It's gonna be challenging terrain to deal with, as the mountainous areas often are in the game, but I don't mind that again. It's part of the experience, and I like it. I like it that way. Got this going. Let's roll you up this way. I have to do a little bit of flattening here. There we go. Come on now. Come on now. Come on. Oh, come on, game. You know what I want. You know what I need. There we go. Perfect. Hook you up like that. Too steep of an incline? Alright, fair enough, fair enough. Not surprised, not surprised. Go ahead and flatten this a little bit, maybe. Alright. Now I should be able to do that, no problem. And that, no problem. Cool, great. Easy. Easy. So now, hopefully, if we connect this footpath down over here, people are able to walk down to... They're able to walk down to that one. They're not able to walk down to the other one. Shouldn't be surprised. This is already 373 meters. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see. If I were to do... Let's see. This. What then? Still no. That's gonna be that's a tall order. Both of these are a tall order. Oh, I wish it would just tell me what the distance is. Direct, like on the path. I can't move this any closer, so I guess we'll have to get a bus to deliver people to this one and to this one. Fair enough. Small buses, but buses nonetheless. Unless I go ahead with, like, okay, let's just see what it looks like. I'm wasting a couple trees, but let's just see what it looks like, right? Yeah, still nothing. So fine. So let's go ahead and get rid of these footpaths. Rid of you, and you, and you. Good? I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so, yeah, we'll deal with the buses later. So what that tells me is these two coal mines are going to be the first to operate. Great. Because again, we'll build our infrastructure slowly. I want to plan for almost everything, but we'll overall build our infrastructure at a, you know, manageable pace. So let's go ahead and look at our conveyor belt networks. So these two are the ones that are starting. Let's go ahead and, I mean, I wouldn't mind if this were to face the other way. Like if we were to do, not demolish that. If we were to do our coal mine up there facing this way, or sorry, our coal mine facing this way. Right, if I manage to put you down over here, like so. Then our road, pop out a little bit. In fact, we can pull it right down to here. Connect you over here. Gonna do a quick walking check. Yeah, we're still fine. Again, I can make a more convenient path. Now, in fact, made even more convenient because of this direction. Do, you know, like this kind of a thing. I wish there were footpaths on this side. Like, why not? Why not, game? Why not? Like, mountain climb over here. Not a fan of this kind of stuff. Just... There we go. Just to make it a bit more reasonable. Doesn't have to be super realistic, but just a bit more reasonable, you know? There we go. Raise it up a little bit as well, perhaps. Sure. I'd do this hike. That's not a bad hike. I mean, I work at a coal mine, right? I'm physically fit. So that's not a bad hike. Let's go ahead and scoop you up this way. Yeah, like so. And then we can go up. Watch, this is like just as long, if not longer. Yeah, wow. They'd still rather go that way. Alright, fair enough. Waste of terraforming. Let's just add a connection like over here, I suppose. Like it to be a little bit prettier looking, I guess, but doesn't seem to be in the books. What about now? Sure. Save them some time, right? That's the intent there. All right, cool. So this is all done. Let's go ahead and now, finally, for real, into our conveyor belt system. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to get the mod 3-in-1, and that 3-in-1 I could put over here. All right, like let's say over here. And I gotta flatten you down a little bit. Pop you down over here. Seems like the right spot. And hopefully, if we're very lucky, all I need to do is pull you straight down. Yes, and you straight over. Ah, hill causing obstruction. Not surprised. It's this little lump over here, I think. Well, fair enough. We're gonna work with the train over here. Gotta get this. Sure, I guess we gotta do a little bit of flattening. Well, if we're gonna flatten anyway, then we might as well just make a direct connection, no? Will it work? Yeah. Well, we had to flatten it either way, so might as well flatten it to make a direct connection. And then from here, we would go straight over to this side. And again, I think we're gonna have to flatten it anyway and end up with a direct connection. Do that. Oops. No, okay. We'd have to lower it. Does that seem reasonable? It seems reasonable. We can raise it, we can lower it. Let's go ahead and flatten you a little bit. There we go. Hopefully it's not going to cause us too much trouble in the future, because I do have to bring a road down here as well, right? Let's see. No, hill's still causing obstruction. Okay, fair enough. In that case, we can get the mod that allows us to get a road crossing. Conveyor road crossing. Pop you down, say... Alright, let's go ahead and demolish this bad boy. Get the road crossing conveyor belt over here. Right. We'll figure this out. We got this. Put you down like so. Where'd you go? Okay, put you down like so. And we've got our road coming straight down. Too steep of an incline, it says. Alright, looks like we'll have to do a little bit of... Oh, right. Okay, this is not going to work. Even this is too steep of an incline? Wild, okay. Okay. Alright. We're learning as we're going. Definitely glad I'm taking these steps now, though. Rather than discovering much later that we've made some silly mistakes. Sorry, we 3-into-1. Yeah, so pop you down. Back there. And let's go ahead and get you, and then you, I guess we'll have to have a engine transfer somewhere over here, let's say. Yeah, flatten all this down. Pop you down over here. And let's get the conveyor belt connection over here, and then over... Wow, this hill is a problem. This hill is a serious problem. Flatten you a little bit, buddy. There we go. Might as well do a direct connection at this point. And let's connect you, yeah, to the bottom one. All right. So these two are bringing coal over like this. This one, what I would like to do is have a conveyor belt connection over... It's tough. How do I want to bring it over, right? So, like, I could do... Well, first of all, let's figure our road infrastructure out over here. It's our footpath. Our road is going into the coal mine. Too steep of a descent. Oh, there we go. I'll loop you around that way, right? I gotta figure out how to get the road back up top. I don't know if a tunnel would work over here. Above terrain at some stage. Well, other infrastructure's in the way. All right. Yeah, I don't think I can do a tunnel from down to up. Like, I don't think that's how that's supposed to work. So fair enough. What I could do, though, is I could use bridges, I suppose. That's wild how overlaps with existing construction. Don't lie to me. Yeah, it's also too steep of a descent. So, no, that's not going to make a difference. Fair enough. If we keep pulling you over, though. So we've got this road over here. See the crane at work. It's pretty funny seeing a crane at work on a tunnel that doesn't even technically exist on this side yet. That is pretty funny. What's the progress on this? I mean, you know, we're making progress. That's like, what, 5%? 2%? It's something. It's something. And then we're going to play at double speed eventually. Once we've got our planning done, we'll play at double speed. So it'll all happen pretty quickly, I think. I hope. We'll see. If you become a straight line over here, right? We'll flatten you. Gotta go, wow. A lot of work, but do that, cut right across. So now we've got a road connection down to these coal mines if and when necessary for like cars and stuff, down to these 2 coal mines, right? Yeah. We also have a road connection to these 2 coal mines. All of our mines are now connected. Our aggregate storage will connect later. That's going to be an easy thing to connect, hopefully. Famous last words. Let's go ahead and get our conveyor belts going still. So I'd like to maybe get, if I get the road crossing one, just for the sake of using a mod, because I like showcasing these mods and stuff. If I get this one over here, let's say, right? If we dump the road and maybe dump it a little bit further up as well. Conveyor road crossing. Pop you down, say, all the way around. Like so. Come on now. There we go. Flatten the train a little bit. If you drop you down like so. Okay. Get our road down to connect. Too steep of an incline. Why am I not surprised? That is definitely too steep of an incline. Hoping to smooth this out a little bit. Come on, baby. Come on. Work for me. No? Oh, it's not gonna. Okay. Get rid of you. Pop you back a little bit further. That connection again. Yeah, I guess it's not gonna be an option. Oh, man. I should not have done that. Oh, man. When am I gonna learn not to fix what isn't broken? Alright, looks like we've got it. No, too steep. Alright. Let's go ahead and average you out. Again. That should do the trick. Get straight down. Come on, game. Come on. How about now? Connect you, and there we go. Okay, so I should be able to do this kind of a thing. And then done. All right, cool. We're not going to mess around with that. Too complicated a spot to mess around with that kind of stuff with, I guess. So fine, a regular conveyor belt then. Have you facing that way. Down over here, perhaps. Let's try it. I doubt it'll work, but we can try it, right? Do this kind of a thing. And I should be maybe able to connect like... Oh, beautiful. It does work. That's not going to connect, unfortunately, so I will have to do this kind of a thing. Much as I kind of didn't want to, but it's fine. Flatten you a little bit. There we go. And then connect you to here and you to there. Yeah, that works for me. And then the roads, hopefully we can get roads to escape from underneath. Yes, beautiful, beautiful. We can't do this one, but that's because of the descent. Excuse me. Losing my voice. It's all the coal dust getting into my throat. I've just been feeling a little unwell lately. But yeah, so we can't use some of these ones. Oh, we can even use this one. Okay, beautiful. This is actually excellent. Oh my god, yes. That's excellent. All right, so we now have 1, 2, 3 coal mines dumping into the aggregate using just one 3-into-1 conveyor belt system. Worst case scenario, if because of a bug or any issue this 3-in-1 mod stops working, we are still able to distribute into the 3 different conveyor belt entry points that we have on this aggregate storage. The last one is going to be a bit more interesting. I guess what I could do is I could actually flip this thing around. So if we got our coal mine again, it'd be great if there was a search functionality. I'd love to be able to search structures and stuff. If we go ahead and do, say, this. I'm aware I have to push it back a little bit, but whatever. Not the end of the world. Do something like that. The road to connect. Come on now. Like so, right? Then the conveyor belt itself could go out from there, right? It has to loop around. I don't necessarily want the road to face downwards to get the conveyor belt going that way. But if we go ahead and do something like this, let's try not to make it too complicated. Go ahead and do something like this. Right? And then it comes over to here. Move it a little bit further up, possibly. It comes over to here. You connect, and you connect. And then we need to get another one down over here. Will it fit, though, is the question. Yeah, I guess it'll fit. Not the cleanest fit, but it'll do the trick. Pop you down over here. Go ahead and get rid of you so we can move you a little bit further over. Like so. Connect that, and then connect that. Cool. Okay, so those are all of our ins from the coal mines to the aggregate storage. Beautiful. This is storing coal. I wonder, yeah, I can rename it. So this will be, for now, it's the Vera Coal Depot. Give it a more interesting name. If you have a name suggestion, feel free. So that's the coal depot. Then from the coal depot, we need to get coal ore processing plants, which are in here, coal ore processing plants. So I believe one coal mine can provide for how many? Was it 4? Let's do our quick check over here. So if we auto build, I wish you didn't have to check that to see. Oh wait, you no longer have to. When do they change that? Beautiful. Complaining about something I don't need to complain about. I'm providing feedback that isn't necessary. I'm not complaining. I love this game. I'm not complaining. All right, so 220 workers extracting, let's say 4 tons. Let's round down, right? So that's 880 tons per day. 880 is enough for, yes, 4 coal ore processing plants. Wow. And we've got 2 mines coming up right away, 4 ultimately. So 16 coal ore processing plants can technically be fed by 4 coal mines. 16. Obviously not going to be happening, right? That's like ridiculous, but good to know. Good to know. Why do you have 4 inputs is what I don't understand. I guess if you have a lot of poor quality coal mines. 16. How far does the lack of resources go over here? Kind of hard to tell with the minimap if I'm completely honest, but I'm pretty sure we have a big gap. The only close resource is oil, which is something we'll be extracting soon. There's no oil up over here, down over here, right? Down over here there's oil in this area. We have roughly until this mountain ridge, basically. And if we take a look at our coal options down here, yeah, the mountain, there's a little bit of coal over here. Again, we're going to cover some of these pockets up. We don't really have a choice in some ways because it's so abundant down here. But there's, you know, there's more coal to be found. Oh, there's lots of little pockets here and there. So sure, I'll say we have right up until this mountain line over here. And I wonder if I can't just get a little marker down for myself. Cool. That is the point that we should not cross with our coal processing. Oh my god, it's a huge area. That is a huge area. Okay. Now if I go ahead and let's see, we've got workers arriving here, then they get distributed to there and there. Then they take a bus over to here-ish, right? Let's say they take a bus down somewhere here. other infrastructure's in the way. I can pull them down this way. So if a bus drops them off somewhere over here, from where they can walk to that coal mine, but also a processing plant, or perhaps two. That's what I'm hoping for here. So let's go ahead and get at least a pair of processing plants in this area. Yikes, okay. Got footpaths as well. Doing something like this would be ideal. All right, so let's go ahead and flatten. We can also just get coal directly from the mine to this processing plant. Not a terrible idea. Well, actually, it's pointed the other way. Oh, right. Okay, we got to... Oh, such a mess. Okay, let's see. I guess this is part of the fun. Puzzling these pieces together. So if you are here, let's say. Now let's go ahead and flatten everything over here. You are here. A little bit of room. Then what we can do is, auto build is off. Yes, we can go ahead and put a bus stop down over here. Where are we? A bus stop down like so. Do I want it to be a bus stop or do I want it to be a trolley bus stop? All right, you know what? I think I'm going to actually just pay for the trolley bus depot. 27K is not that much. We're past the 4 million mark. Let's go ahead and pay for the trolley bus depot. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I want to start making some comparisons over here in terms of speed. How speed and capacity, right? I got to start looking at numbers here. 64 passengers, 75 kilometers per hour, 65 kilometers per hour. Like, why would I use a trolley bus when I could use... Let's do some comparisons. When I could use a... oh my god. Big city. You guys jammed? You're not jammed. Beautiful. When I could use a bus. Where's my vehicle depot? Right, if I look at buses, right, for a little bit more money, I'm transporting a bunch more people for a slightly slower speed, or at a slightly slower speed. But it's a bunch more people. Well, I think I would just use buses. No? And then the trams as well. If I wanted to get trams going, even they're more valuable, I think. I mean, they're really slow. This one's 72 kilometers per hour for 150 passengers. I mean, yeah, you know, like, trams make more sense than trolley buses. I kind of wonder why I'm investing so heavily in trolley buses, and I'm wondering, like, I know I said we do trolley buses over here, but I wonder if it should be trams instead. Almost starting to feel like trams make more sense. But this is mainly road infrastructure. I'm not going to have like 100 train stops, obviously. This is mainly road infrastructure, but we'll stick to regular roads because, as we've learned, buses, faster, well, little slower, little pricier, but much higher capacity for movement. So we're going to stick to buses over here. But if I'm missing something that y'all are seeing, you let me know. You let me know. Let's go ahead and put this bus stop, let's say, down over here. Let's go for a slightly centralized position, right? Let's go ahead and put you down over here. Or even further down. No, let's go ahead and put you down over here. So, flatten you. Pop you down over here. Road connection goes straight down. Too steep of an incline, you're saying. Right at the end there. That's actually a lie. Too steep of a descent over here. All right. Gotta figure that out. Okay, this is also, I think, a lie. Gotta nudge ourselves down. Okay, great. And then from here, we're also able to get the footpath connection. So let's see. I mean, we could probably do something like this, maybe? Something like that. And here we can just kind of do that. There, and we could even, if we wanted to, pull you straight down, and connect you over here. And that way, hopefully, I imagine, yes, people are able to reach up there. It's a bit of a walk, but they're able to get there. 342 meters, it's about the extent. This is obviously extremely close, so that's not a problem. The problem arises in sending the coal in. So let's go ahead and make sure we're able to do that, right? Go ahead and make sure we can do that. So you'd be, say, up over here. And then we'd have the connection. Again, I could just do a direct deposit, so to speak. And we might do that as well. Go ahead and pop you down over here, though. And we can do this connection. We can also do... Beautiful. Oh, I love when it just works. Like, that's... Oh, it makes me so happy when it just works. But yeah, so we can do that. All right. So that's our first coal processing plant that is receiving coal now. Now, let me actually check something else I didn't check earlier. Do we have any coal? Yeah, we have got some coal up over here, but it's a pretty dead zone for coal. Otherwise, all the way. But we know iron shows up at some point, right? If we take a look at the iron mine, do we have any iron over here? Oh, there's iron right up there. Okay. And there's iron right down over here. Okay. And pretty rich deposits, too. So maybe this would be our iron processing, or this could be our iron processing. A lot of mines over here. Rather, a lot of potential for mines over here. I wouldn't mind the processing happening up over there so we can make the steel more convenient. So I almost wonder if our coal processing shouldn't continue all the way to roughly here. Like I said, roughly. Alright, so we do that. Gives us a lot of space to play with, right? Where's the iron mine? Yeah, no iron down over here. We know there's no coal, or there's like little pockets. There's no oil. So yeah, that works for me. That works for me. And that way we can... where did it go? We can push processing over this way. We can have an aggregate storage over there. If we get another... processing plant, though, down over here. Let's go ahead and take a look at construction. Coal or processing plant. We're not going to be able to fit 16. Like, that's a joke. It's not going to happen. Just not going to happen. Can't imagine that happening. If we go ahead and do this, though. Like it to be kind of like this, I guess. But then inputs are going to be hard. Unless... Well, hold on. Let me... Before I forget. Get this connection done. Okay. And again, there's multiple outputs on each one of these, right? Not that I can fit another processing plant somewhere over here at all, but just something to note. If I were to put down a coal or processing plant here... Got our input. The road is a little off to the side. The footpath will do the trick, I think. The output is a bit harder. I guess I could put it like over here. Okay, okay, let's try this. So let's go ahead and drop you down. Oh, where'd you go? We had a spot right here. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? There we go. Let's go ahead and put you down over here. A little bit over. Right? See how this works. See how this works. If I flatten this all down... Drop you down over here. Got our footpath continuing this way, right? Connecting over here. Might actually be able to walk from that same bus stop, actually. Beautiful. I like seeing that. Nice and close. Now, the conveyor belt system, what we do is we'd have a conveyor belt transfer point over here. Yeah, that looks good to me. Does it? Rotation is like, there we go. There we go. And hopefully... Oh, come on. Ah, come on. This connects, but this doesn't. What's wrong with it? It needs to be closer or farther. But it can't be where it is. All right, not too bad, not too bad. Maybe like over here. Try that. There we go. Like I said, closer or farther. And we've got this connection, no problem. Cool. So coal is now coming down to this plant, and from here, if we get the 3-in-1 mod, right, over, let's say, here. Let's try this. Let's try over here. And then the conveyor belts would connect. Okay, we can connect to that one, and we can connect to this one connecting to, there we go. Beautiful is a strong word, but it works. And then from here, going out, if I were to do this, let's say, it wouldn't connect. If I were to do, trying to figure out. Okay, let's try. If I demolish this, get rid of the road here a little bit, just a little bit. Get our mod, the road crossing, right? Connect you over here. Rotate you though. Like so. I don't know if it'll work as well. Can't score if you don't shoot. There we go. And this is too sharp. So what we do is, I mean, we could also try this kind of a thing where we do 3 into 1 over here, where it was originally. Get our conveyor belt going there. Get you going there, and then get you going up there. This could also go directly. I mean, no reason why I can't. I could just as easily do that, right? It's too bad that I can't do a direct connection that way. Just wanted to double check if the road was a little bit further out. Yeah, let's just let's do it like this then. Let's go ahead and put this down, maybe. Ah, it won't fit over here. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and put you down. Over here. Sorry for the indecision there. Just wanted to double check our options. And, of course, break everything in the process. Gotta break everything in the process, otherwise it doesn't count. I think over here does the trick. There we go. Nope. Just do this. Make life a little bit easier. Oh, come on, game. Why do this to me? Gonna have to like look back at playback and see what worked, aren't I? That's gonna be what ends up happening here. That's gonna be what ends up happening here. I also should just put this into number 5. Oh, there we go. Okay, weird that it didn't work one way, but it worked the other way. I will take it. This better work the way I expect it to, where it takes in from multiple inputs. If it doesn't, then it's not the end of the world. We'll be able to move this over slightly. I'm sure we'll be able to adjust that. But I might want to run a test. But if one of you already knows if the conveyor road crossing is able to take multiple inputs and deliver multiple outputs, because that's what it says, right? That's what the icons say, but sometimes they don't work the way they say they'll work. So just let me know if you know. But yeah, so we've got 2 out of potentially 16. If I could build another one down over here, coal ore processing plant, guess I would build it like so, right? Maybe a little over. Then what we do is flatten you, pop you down, and get this to connect up that way. Building's in the way, so we do like this kind of a thing. Well, not. Yeah, I guess we could do. Well, there's some modded options that I'd probably prefer. There's the one high input to 6 outputs. Kind of overkill, but should allow for an easy connection here. Infrastructure below, really? Oh, the support structure falls directly where the road is. It was like a matter of just like millimeters. Try this. Connect you. No problem. Connect you. No. Well, it's hard to do in the darkness as well. Doesn't help. I'm sure we'll be able to find a way to connect that. No problem, though. I'm sure we'll manage. Now, if the road is able to continue southwards over here, which it is, excellent. We'll be able to turn around and kind of spread around over here. This would continue on this way as well. We'd connect up there. Our conveyor belt would keep pushing down this way. Again, I almost feel like each connection should be for an individual processing plant, you know what I mean? Rather than having coal come down this way and then get siphoned off and not continue on to this one. I don't know, because the way the game prioritizes resource delivery is a little strange to me. I'm not entirely sure how it decides to work sometimes, if I'm completely honest. Infrastructure below. Where are you clashing here? Oh, that's a whole different problem altogether. Can't get too tightly packed because of the construction footprints. Let's see if I was to do that. And you don't want to connect, do you? Overlaps with existing construction. And again, the option just exists to continue on downwards, but I don't know if that's a good idea. Other option exists to pop that down and pull a separate out. We'll have to mess around with the infrastructure, though, as a result. So, I mean, yeah, what I'm thinking is, like, I don't know if the game really understands distribution. If I just put another conveyor belt, like, down over here, connect this, will it realize as it's sending coal down to not just send it down this way, but to also send some through over to here? It should, and everything I've seen in the past suggests that it does understand that, but who knows? Who knows? I'm gonna go ahead and connect you over here and connect you over here. Now that the sun is up, let's go ahead and try to connect this bad boy again. I know there's like a mid-height connection as well that I thought I got. There's also the roadside conveyor belt. Doesn't really face the right way. This one is... come on, tooltip, go away. I think this might be the right one. No. Is this the right one? No. I want you to go... There we go, this... Nope. They're all parallel to the road, and I want them to be perpendicular to the road, which is the crossing, obviously. Yeah, okay, well, I don't think I need to build a crossing over here. Don't have the room for it either, so fine. I guess it'll have to be... this bad boy. We just have to find a way to make it fit. Find a way to make it fit. Do that. Oh, come on. What if I do... Let's try... Okay, let's try... this. I haven't tried that. Still no. Doesn't wanna do it. Doesn't wanna do it. Because of like little like millimeters over here. Millimeters. Okay. Yeah, it's just way too close. How far along? I guess down over there is where it needs to be. Or up over here. Yeah, let's try up over there. If I even remember where that was. Up over here, right? No. Yeah, it's wild how it works / doesn't work. Let's try further down then. Down over there, maybe. Just want to get this down. Just want to get this down before calling it a day. What? Why not now? That's some nonsense. That is some nonsense. Okay. I might need to check for this other mod I was talking about. That was like mid-height to mid-height. Because that would, I think, work perfectly for what we need right now. Rather than doing this wonky, you know, garbage. There's no other way to put it. It's really wonky, and it's really trash. Pretty soon it's not even going to fit where I need it to. Oh my god. Other option, of course, is just adjust the road. Definition of insanity here, folks, as I try to do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. I'm going to look for that mod I was talking about, which allows for mid-height to mid-height connections. I think that'll do the trick, because we'll just pass over the road no problem, or we'll add a little bit of a jank to the road. It's not the end of the world. You can expect that in this kind of a industrial heavy area, but so far we've got 2 coal mines that we're able to supply workers to using the 1 cableway station. We've got, and then using a bus, we're able to get more people at this coal mine and people at both of these processing plants as well. Now from here, the walk is a little long, but I feel like if we go ahead and add a footpath connection over, you know, that's probably way too long a walk. Probably way too long a walk. Yeah, people aren't going to be able to take the bus to this one, unfortunately. Unfortunately. They'll have to take a different bus, but it's okay, because we're going to have another processing plant somewhere down over here, right? And they'll be able to take the bus down here. So it all works out ultimately. Let's go ahead and get rid of this footpath. Don't need this extra footpath down over here. But folks, I need to know from you. I need to know your thoughts with regards to the trolley bus. Now that we've learned about the trolley bus and how it's, I mean, the engine power is a bit better as well. I guess I should keep that in mind. 110 kilowatts or 100 kilowatts versus if we look at a bus, I imagine the engine power is a lot lower. If we take a look at the buses exclusively, oh, you know what, 141? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It's a little bit slower, but it delivers twice as many people. And over here, it's a fair bit slower, but also delivers like twice as many people. I just don't get the value of the trolley bus apart from looking cool and being thematic. So maybe, folks, I actually replace that central piece with a tram connection, and we can do a tram in the center, and that way the roads won't be confusing either for the game. Or we keep this trolley bus and just, you know, have fun with it. I'm cool with either. I'd like to know your thoughts though about that as an option. But this, folks, is where we're gonna call it a session. It's gone just a little bit over an hour. Wasn't my intent, but we got really dug in deep with this Call of Duty. Oh, God damn. But yeah, so spend a little bit longer, but I'm feeling comfortable now at least. I wonder if I should almost just commission some of the construction. The bridge is, wow. Maybe we just spend the money, man. We're at 4 million plus. Maybe we just spend the money, get the bridge done, and start this infrastructure construction. Other options, of course, to actually just build a temporary road around the mountain range so we can start building all this with all of our construction offices over here. Either way works, but we've got the bridge seeing some progress. In fact, it looks like, oh yeah, we've completed this entire bridge section. So now this bridge section is being worked on. So the rail connection's almost done. Our boat is making some progress as well. We've got crops that we're sending off, but again, I kind of overestimated our crop production capabilities. Might need to do something about that. Oh, we've still got a lot, but I still might want to add even more into the mix. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. And then over here, we did not have a single jam today. So employment is okay. Not perfect. It's okay, though. And I also want to hear, yeah, thoughts about this situation. Lots of development to plan. I'm really excited, and I hope y'all are as well. I'm really excited for all of this. It looks a little messy right now, but when it's up and running and we've got people coming through and it's producing coal at record rates for our nation, it's going to be really exciting. I think we'll also just be exporting some of the coal ore, because putting down 16 processing plants just sounds absolutely silly. I guess coal goes for twice as much as coal ore, though, so I don't know. We'll have to figure it out, folks. We'll have to figure it out. I'm gonna try and fit the nation in here. We can't. We're so big. I can barely. Yeah, this is wild. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this session. If you did, you know what to do. Let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. As always, it makes a massive difference in how I approach content on the channel. A massive thanks goes out to all of my channel members and patrons for supporting the channel on a monthly basis, and a big ol' thanks, of course, goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, до свидания.